a familiar beat. Smeeds hum low like a distant plea, tracing shadows where your warmth used to be. But even in the drift where endings cling, I feel the flutter of a fragile wing. Glass wings in the quiet, holding on, shining through the dusk, though the light is gone. Even in the dark where the fears belong, something in their glow keeps me strong. Glass wings in the quiet, faint but true, guiding every step that leads me back to you. Guitars tremble bright in a silver sweep, pulling hidden memories up from deep. The drum machine pulses a steady line, lifting every bruise that I called mine. Even when the weight becomes too real, your echo turns a broken into something I can Glass wings in the quiet, holding on, shining through the dust, though the light is gone. Even in the dark where the fears belong, something in their glow keeps me strong. Glass wings in the quiet, faint but true, guiding every step that leads me back to you. Some wings don't shatter when the nights fall cold. They rise even when they're made of gold. Glass wings in the quiet, still beating. Neon drips slowly down the window glass, echoing the nights we used to let pass. Faint hum lightly in a fragile line, tracing all the pieces I pretended were fine. But even in the stillness where shadows hide, there's a trembling warmth that won't leave my side. Silent neon reverie in the air, pulling every heartbeat from the quiet glare. Even when the dark feels too much to bear, hope keeps flickering like it's always reflection shimmer on cold glass. Moments of a memory I wished would last. Synth swells drift in the trembling glow, holding every detail only hearts can know. And though the silence feels too wide, I still feel you standing at my side. Pixels on a silver window fall, tracing soft reminders of what we recall. Even when the night builds a darker wall, your warmth keeps breaking through it all. Echoes on a silver window stay, guiding me gently through the gray, through the gray. still glowing. Still moving. Raindrops dance across the quiet street. yours is the one I still draw near. Paper lights still tracing quiet cracks through forgotten days. Soft pads rising like a hidden bloom, breathing tiny colors in the quiet gloom. And in the drift where broken nights collide, a gentle stay.